The Philadelphia 76ers play their third game in 4 days and have a little bit of trouble with the Detroit Pistons, but they squeaked it out, and we're going to talk about how. This episode of Philly is brought to you by the Run It Back Teespring store. Click the link in the description, get all the Run It Back merch, and use the code RUNMY20 for 20% off. And buymeacoffee.com/runitback. Thank you to a gal from Pittsburgh. She says, where good defense is appreciated, go Dwight. I don't know if that's a shout out for somebody or if she's talking about Dwight Howard, but thank you for the coffee. Buymeacoffee.com/runitback if you want to show your appreciation for all of these videos, podcast episodes, all that stuff. Run It Back Nation, what is good? DJ Eastwood right here on the check-in, giving you something to listen to, watch, take in before you watch some NFL playoffs today. If you're brand new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. 50% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed. To give you this content every single day for free. All I want is a subscription, a little red button under the video. Go ahead and click it. Let's get as many likes on the video as possible. Run It Back Nation, do your thing. Please hit the like button. 5 seconds to hit the like button. Hit the dislike button if you're a fraud. Today, what do we got, man? We got Green Bay versus the Bucks. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is on a tear this year. Ever since the Packers drafted a backup quarterback in the 4th round of the draft, and Aaron Rodgers was pissed about it. He's been the MVP the entire season. He's absolutely unbelievable, and he's the GOAT. And I'm taking the Green Bay Packers. Let me know who you're taking in the NFL playoffs today, if that's what's going down. I didn't even look at the schedule. But I just watched the Sixers-Pistons game on condensed replay on NBA League Pass, and I got a couple things to say. First of all, is Detroit where players go to die? You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot Josh Jackson was in the league. I didn't know he's in Detroit. Jahlil Okafor is still alive? Wow. And how sad is that? You know what I mean? A top 3 pick, and now he's playing for the Detroit Pistons, who never have a chance to do anything in the NBA, and he has to play against Joel Embiid, who took his starting center spot way back in those process years. And Jeremy Grant's been balling out as of late and got a huge paycheck in Detroit, but he ran into a defender named Ben Simmons yesterday, and he went 3 for 19 from the field. I don't know what the Detroit Pistons are ever really doing. I know what it feels like to be a fan of a team like that, because we were that for a while, but eventually we got a guy named Sam Hinkie who said, you know what, we're not doing this anymore. We're tanking. It's time to get some high draft picks. It's time to change this franchise around. When is Detroit going to do that? You understand what I'm saying? When do you stop doing what they're doing right now, like overpaying players like Jeremy Grant, like trading for Blake Griffin past his prime, like when do you stop taking the rest of the league's garbage and you clean house, tank it up, and get a high draft pick that can change your franchise? I don't know. I feel for Detroit Pistons fans. I really do. So I was watching the condensed recap, and I was forced to watch it out of the Philadelphia area, so I had to listen to the Detroit Pistons home announcing team. And oh my God, I don't want to sound like a homer here, but the Sixers home announcers are some of the best ever. They have to be. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. This Detroit Pistons broadcast team is horrendous. I can't even figure out how these guys have this job. I felt like I was watching a baseball game that was 0-0 in this 9th inning. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sadiq Bey shoots a 3, and Mason Plumlee with the offensive board there, and he puts it in. That was the most boring thing I have ever heard. I wanted to gouge my eyes out. Detroit, do better. I know it's hard to sound excited about the Detroit Pistons, but good Lord, those guys are god-awful. Whew, okay, so the Sixers played 3 games in 4 days. I wouldn't have been shocked at a loss. I really wouldn't. They let the Detroit Pistons hang around. We knew that was going to happen. When it came down to the fourth quarter, we looked winded. We looked tired. We got completely outworked and out-hustled. A couple of bad turnovers, a couple of layups at the rim where we just didn't play defense whatsoever. I expected this. I wasn't freaking out like, oh, my God, the starters are in and we're getting beat by the Detroit Pistons like 3 games in 4 days. You know what I'm saying? And we just had a battle against the Boston Celtics 2 times in 3 days. You know what I mean? I expected these guys to be tired. I didn't even expect Joel Embiid to play in this game, so I'm going to get into that in a second. But let me stay on track here with my notes. Our stars brought us home down the stretch. Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Benjamin Simmons, ladies and gentlemen. For the second game in a row, Benjamin Simmons looked like he cared about playing NBA basketball. I don't know what happened. Is it the fact that he got smacked in the head last game and got pissed off? Is that really what happened? Is that really what brought this guy? Is that really what woke up Ben Simmons? Seriously? I mean, where were you for the first 12 games of the season, Ben? But I'm not going to keep complaining. I'm happier here now. This is all we wanted. This is all we've been screaming about for the beginning of the season. But they brought us home. Some clutch free throws down the stretch. Ben Simmons was 10 for 12 from the free throw line. Joel Embiid, of course, stopped getting calls down there late, and Ben hit some absolutely huge free throws. Even got intentionally fouled with under a minute left, with under 24 seconds left, and hit 1 of 2 to make it a 4-point game. And then Jeremy Grant hits a desperation 3. They were just, it was annoying. They just kept coming back. It should have been over a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And then they foul Joel Embiid, and he knocks down both to ice the game. But yeah, dude, it was one of those games. I didn't expect to blow them out. I knew they were going to be tired, but I didn't expect Joel Embiid to play. Joel Embiid plays a back-to-back after putting up 38. After putting up, 42 against the Celtics 3 nights ago. Then he puts up 38 against the Celtics. Then he comes back less than 24 hours later, actually 25 hours later, and puts up 33 and 14 against the Detroit Pistons. We're in a new world. I think we finally made it, guys. I think we finally made it. We have finally reached. It felt like it would never happen. It felt like this dude would be on a minutes restriction and a back-to-back restriction and all of this stuff for his entire career. We drafted him. He was injured for 2 whole seasons. We got him back on a minutes restriction. The next season, he's never playing any back-to-backs. It took us, how many years has this been? But we finally made it. Joel Embiid is a 100% healthy NBA player who is in the best shape of his career and finally just played a back-to-back where he looked like he was 100% the entire time and dropped 30 points in both games. We made it. We're in a new world now. Joel Embiid is no longer restricted. He can just go out there and play basketball every time the Sixers have a game. I definitely thought they were going to rest him in this game. And I'm not saying he's going to play every game the rest of the season. I'm sure they're going to find situations where they want to rest him and take advantage of it. But it's just a great sign for the playoffs when Joel Embiid is in shape like this, because I think they're going to start resting him at some point, halfway through the season, then towards the end of the season. But when you get to the playoffs, if you have Joel Embiid in this good of physical shape, who can play at a high level every single night, I'm saying right now, we can compete with anyone. We absolutely can. Embiid on Mason Plumlee or Mason Plumlee on Joel Embiid is just not a match. Not a matchup at all. It's absolutely crazy how this dude makes other NBA centers look like children. Mason Plumlee looked like a 12-year-old kid out there. He stood absolutely no chance, and Joel Embiid could just back him down and get to the rim whenever he wanted. Plumlee actually, at one point, got it in his mind. I don't know what he was smoking the timeout before this, but he thought he was going to dunk on Joel Embiid. He actually got a basketball in his hands, looked at Joel Hans Embiid, and said to himself, I'm going to slam dunk. Joel Embiid got his entire hand around the ball. Come on, bro. What are you doing? Don't bring that juice to a gin party. Shout out to Stuart Scott. Rest in peace, man. Yeah. Mason Plumlee's an idiot. Joel Embiid finishes with 33 points, 14 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks, 10 for 20 from the field. Incredibly efficient, just absolutely at an MVP level. And then again, down the stretch, drawing fouls, hitting his clutch free throws. I mean, what can we say about Joel Embiid? He's the MVP of the league right now. This is it. This is the year. We need to take advantage of it. Where do I want to go after this? Ben Simmons has his first 20-point game of the season. And the main reason, he only took 7 shots, by the way. The main reason he had 20 points was A, he was aggressive the entire game. B, he got to the free throw line. And C, he shot 10 for 12 from the free throw line. I don't know. I'm blown away right now. I don't know where this Ben Simmons came from. If he's shooting 10 for 12 from the free throw line, he'll average 20 points. He'll average damn near a 20-point triple-double if he's shooting free throws like that. Now, I don't expect it to stay up around 85%, but even 75% is huge for Ben Simmons. Now, I know what some people are going to say. He only does this against bad teams. And you know what? We haven't had a true test yet, but he did do this in the fourth quarter against the Boston Celtics without Jason Tatum, but he was aggressive in that fourth quarter, and I think that finally that sparked his confidence, and that woke him up a little bit, and now he's taking the ball, and he's saying, hey, this guy that's guarding me right now doesn't stand a chance. You know, last week, beginning of the season, what have you, he had Duncan Robinson on him in the post. He had Chris Chiozza on him in the post, and he's passive, and he's passive, and he's passive. Now he's finally getting a mismatch and saying to himself, I'm putting the ball in the hoop. He's still doing the little right-handed floating hook shot that I hate, but it went in a couple times in this game. All right. But he's finally getting it in his mind that he can score points. And the thing with Ben Simmons is finding a balance. We know you can pass the ball. We know you can hit everybody from three-point range. We know you can lead the league in three-pointers assisted. We know that. It's finding a balance because, like I always say from the beginning, when you're not shooting 60% from the three-point line, what do you have left? If Ben Simmons is over passive and is just big, fast passer guy, running up and down the floor, pass, and we're shooting 32% from three like we did in this game, you got to do something else, right? He finally is finding a balance. He can hit the open man when he wants to, but he's finding out the confidence. He's finding out when and where he should exploit a mismatch and put the damn ball in the hoop, and I'm very happy about it. Still not shooting any jump shots. You guys can let me know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But at least we're getting aggressive Ben Simmons. At least we're getting aggressive big, fast passer guy, right? Big, fast passer guy, sometimes score guy. At least we're getting that. At least we're not finishing with 5 points over here. You know, 20 points from Ben Simmons is absolutely huge. And I just, if it was his conditioning, that is what it is. If the fact that he felt a little bit slow in the beginning and that affected his confidence and he didn't believe that he could beat anybody to the rim and he didn't kind of know what to do outside of that, that's fine. If he's getting his legs back under him suddenly and he's playing like this, that's all we need. I still don't know if that's a max contract player, but 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and the absolute dominance on the defensive end, the getting the steals, the diving at the half-court line, it's very valuable. It's very, 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 very valuable. And, yes, I was on the trade Ben Simmons wagon, especially if it was going to be for James Harden, and I hate James Harden, but I was there. I was ready to go. You already know the other name that I would say that I would still trade Ben Simmons for. But that's probably it. And if he continues this, and Tobias Harris and Seth Curry and Danny Green continue playing their role, and Joel Embiid continues to dominate, then you guys that were telling me I was wrong at the beginning of the season, you are 100% correct. This team can win an NBA championship. I know we haven't played a true test yet, but we're going to get to that. Seth Curry did his thing, 14 points. He was 0 for 3 from 3. Like I said, when you're shooting bad from three-point range, what else do you have? Seth Curry's got other stuff. He's got other stuff in his bag. You know what I'm saying? He's got a floater, a waff, wet-ass floater. You know what I'm saying? Seth Curry's taking people to the rim, reverse layups. He's saying, you thought I was just a shooter? You thought I was the Curry brother that just stood out there and shot the ball? Now, I can do a little bit of the other stuff. I can do a little bit of Steph. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Seth Curry, man. Shake Milton has been cold recently. Shake Milton's been colder than the heart of my baby mother. It's 2 games. But I was saying, man, like, Shake Milton is a very nice player. But what we do here in Philly is we overrate the hell out of guys, all right? And if you wouldn't trade Shake Milton straight up for Bradley Beal, you're just absolutely insane. And those are the same people that were telling me that the Eagles shouldn't trade Zach Ertz for DeAndre Hopkins. Come on, bro. Just be real here. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. But I love Shake Milton, but he's been a little bit cold. But in the third quarter, when we did need bench points, when it came down to the end of the third quarter stretch into the fourth quarter, he still got those clutch buckets. He still hit that wide open 3. He still got that little floater in the lane. He still did his thing off the bench to keep this team ahead of the Detroit Pistons when it was in that third quarter nitty-gritty, got to grind it out kind of situation. And Doc Rivers left the bench in the end of the third and all the way halfway through the fourth. And that is insanely valuable to have a bench that you can rely on like that, especially when you're playing a back-to-back after your starters went the minutes they went the night before, and it's your third game in 4 days. For you to be able to rest your starters half of the fourth quarter because you got guys like Shake Milton out there getting buckets, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Korkmaz, what did Korkmaz have? He had 8 points, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. A play at the end of a shot clock where he hits a little hesitation crossover fadeaway. What? Korkmaz suddenly turns into Damian Lillard or something and nails that shot. I was screaming like, what in the world just happened? Where did that version of Furkan Korkmaz come from? But Korkmaz, a couple of really bad defensive plays in this game. But you know, he gives you what he gives you. He gives you 8 points off the bench. Do I still want Isaiah Joe over Korkmaz? Yeah, probably. But you know, if Doc loves Korkmaz and he's going to play him, then he's going to play him. Dwight Howard, 5 points, 7 rebounds. Usual Dwight Howard. Got his shorts ripped off by I don't know how to say his name, man. Sadiq. Siku. You guys are going to make fun of me for not being... Anyway, got his shorts ripped off in the paint. Like, bro, take it easy. You know what I mean? Pause. What kind of grown man's out here ripping another man's pants off? But Dwight Howard gets called for the foul. He looks at the ref like, bro, the guy ripped my damn shorts off. And I get called for the foul. Referees hate Dwight Howard, man. And understandably so. He screams about every single play on the floor. Tyrese Maxey, a second quiet game in a row. 2 points, 1 for 4. Showed some energy, though. Had a nice steal and a fast break layup. My boy Kyle, shout out to Kyle, said that I need to stop making T-shirts based on rookies because as soon as I made the Tyrese Maxey, the Maxey's Taxi T-shirt, he's been trash. But he's a rookie. I think Tyrese Maxey will get it back. What else I need to talk about, man? Tobias Harris, huge. A huge 3 down the stretch in under 3 minutes. He's got the bounce. He's got the swagger. He looks in incredible shape. The whole team looks in better shape. And remember, Doc Rivers said that when he first came here, and that was a slight shot at Brett Brown. The first thing Doc Rivers said when he came here was, we need to get in shape. Number 1, we need to get in the gym and get on the line and run some damn suicides. We need to get in shape. And he wasn't wrong. This team looks so much better because of the spacing and the personnel, yes, but they look like they're in so much better shape. Joel Embiid last year wouldn't have played a back-to-back and dropped 30 points in each game. Tobias Harris wasn't playing the way that he's playing right now with that bounce, with that pep in his step, with that quick decision, beating people one-on-one. These players look totally different, and a huge part of it is the conditioning. That's all I got for you, man. Let's go watch the NFL playoffs. This is a huge win. Like I said, what can you do when you're not shooting the lights out and you got a third game in 4 days on a back-to-back against a young team that's hungry, that full of players that are going to try to out-hustle you and outwork you. And I could have seen the Sixers lost this game last year. Last year, the Sixers definitely lose this game in Detroit. Third game in 4 nights on a back-to-back. So this is a totally different team, and I'm very, very excited about it. That's a huge win to grind that out in that situation against a team like this. And that's it, man. We hit clutch free throws down the stretch. Jeremy Grant was locked up most of the game. He's just not a superstar. He's a high-volume shooter now on a bad team. I don't know what the Detroit Pistons are doing. But, yeah, man, that's all we got. This is Run It Back Philly. Give me all your thoughts and opinions in the comments. My name is DJ Eastwood. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give me a rating and a review. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the YouTube channel. Hit the like button to help me rank up on YouTube. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.